Welcome to Kunzy Podcast English, your source of inspiration and practical tips to live your best life every day. Have you ever felt like your mind is caught in a nonstop storm with thoughts swirling uncontrollably, refusing to stop? Have you ever asked yourself, how can I break free from overthinking and truly find happiness? If your answer is yes, then today's episode is made just for you. In this episode, we'll explore powerful ways to stop overthinking, restore peace within your mind, and discover the path to genuine joy. Let's get started. Have you ever felt like you were swimming in an ocean of thoughts with no shore in sight? Everything around you is quiet, but inside your head, it's as loud as a city that never sleeps. You think about the past, worry about the future, then blame yourself for not being able to stop overthinking. But here's something you might not know. This isn't because you're weak or overly anxious. It's because your brain is exhausted. When the brain is tired, it doesn't warn you the way sore muscles do after a long run. Instead, it deceives you. It tricks you into believing that you're still in control, analyzing, calculating, predicting. But in truth, you're spiraling. A fatigued brain loses its ability to filter. That's when you fall into a state of thinking without really thinking. You know you need to stop, but you don't know how. And in that quiet confusion, burnout creeps in silently. Have you ever sighed deeply without knowing why? Picked up your phone, then set it down? Opened your laptop just to close it again? Lay in bed for hours, unable to sleep? These tiny signs often go unnoticed, but they are your mind's quiet way of begging, please let me rest, just for a moment. And here's the most powerful truth. Resting is not quitting. It's a smart, conscious decision to come back stronger. But how do you rest in a world that never stops? Not by scrolling endlessly or forcing yourself to sleep while your mind races. True rest means giving yourself permission to pause, to truly breathe, and reconnect with yourself. You can start small. A morning walk without your phone. A soft instrumental song in a quiet room. 10 minutes of meditation as sunlight pours through your window. A cuddle with your pet. A simple moment looking up at the sky, reminding yourself, you don't have to control everything right now. And in those moments, so small that you once overlooked them, you might just awaken a tired mind. A refreshed brain can think clearer, live more fully, love more deeply. So the real question is, will you pause before it's too late? Or will you keep running on autopilot until your mind no longer feels like yours? Maybe, just maybe, today is the day you choose to stop, not to give up, but to restart. To begin again with a mind that's healed, with a heart that's light. And from that place, you don't just survive, you truly live. Have you ever felt like the whole world is against you after just one sleepless night? Everything becomes blurry. Your emotions flicker like a candle in the wind, and negative thoughts flood your mind like an unstoppable storm. It's not because you're weak or too sensitive. It's the clearest sign that your brain is begging for help. When you don't get enough sleep, your brain misses the chance to recover, cleanse, and organize all the emotions, information, and pressures you've piled up throughout the day. So the next morning, you wake up feeling sluggish, with a chaotic mind, vulnerable, easily irritated, and especially prone to believing those harmful whispers inside your head. You start doubting yourself. Am I good enough? Does anyone really care about me? Why do I always fail? But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, am I really resting enough? Or are you still sleeping with a spinning mind, a heavy heart, and a body that's never truly relaxed. Sleep isn't just closing your eyes for a few hours. Sleep is a healing journey. It's when your brain sheds the toxic, rearranges broken pieces of emotion, and quietly restores your worn-out faith. A good night's sleep is like plugging in your soul, so you wake up not just alert, but awakened. You can try hundreds of ways to change your life. Exercise, read books, listen to podcasts, set big goals. But if you ignore sleep, all those efforts might collapse because of one restless night. So tonight, don't see sleep as laziness or the last thing on your priority list. See it as a promise to yourself. I deserve peace. Let the darkness be the place where you rebuild trust, restore strength, and listen to yourself more deeply than ever. Because when your mind truly rests, you don't just live. You live awake, clear-headed, and strong enough to face whatever tomorrow brings. When your mind is clouded by fears, relentless doubts, and lingering regrets, it feels like being trapped in an endless spiral of negative thoughts and mental pressure. The voices in your head, the constant questions, and invisible worries push you further away from inner peace. But there is a wonderful way, a soul medicine that can help you escape this maze, and that is gratitude. Gratitude is not just a simple emotion or attitude toward life. It is a magical power that can completely transform how you perceive the world around you. When you pause and recognize even the smallest blessings, you feel a profound shift in your mind, like a refreshing breeze clearing away the dark clouds of negativity and anxiety. Gratitude is the bridge that connects you to the present moment, helping you break free from the chains of the past and the fears of the future. You can start this journey of change in the simplest way. Each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you are grateful for. It could be a gentle ray of sunlight through your window, a kind word from a loved one, or simply your steady breath. Don't underestimate these small things because they form the bigger picture of your life and are the building blocks of optimism and love for yourself and others. Through each page of your gratitude journal, you will see negative thoughts gradually replaced by rays of hope and deeper compassion. Gratitude is also an incredibly effective stress reliever. It not only soothes overthinking, but also brings profound peace to your soul. With regular practice, gratitude quiets the noise in your head, reduces unnecessary worries, and creates a calm space where you can truly connect with positive emotions inside. This not only helps you slow down and appreciate life more fully, but also opens a new door to genuine happiness. A happiness independent of external conditions, nurtured from within. The most amazing part is that when gratitude becomes a habit and part of your daily life, you will feel your inner strength growing stronger, enabling you to face challenges with resilience and confidence. No matter the difficulties, disappointments, or losses life brings, you can remain calm because you know you have treasured moments and many good things still await ahead. Gratitude doesn't just heal emotional wounds, it transforms you into a creator of happiness, an architect of a meaningful life. So don't let your mind be consumed by the whirlpool of negative thoughts and suffering. Let gratitude be the guiding light through your darkest days, the endless source of strength for your journey with faith and hope. When you appreciate what you have, you are no longer trapped by the shadows of the past or worries about the future. Instead, you open a new chapter in life, living with an open heart, embracing every precious moment, and feeling true happiness that comes from within. Overthinking is often more than just a sign of anxiety or stress. It's a deep inner alarm from your soul, signaling that your self-confidence is slowly fading, dimming the light and power you naturally possess. Have you ever wondered why you hesitate? Why doubt and fear weigh heavily on you whenever you face a decision? The answer isn't found in your circumstances or in others, but within you, in the actions you've yet to take. Confidence is not a gift handed to you by fate, nor is it something you gain simply by being perfectly prepared. In truth, it is built little by little through the small, often unnoticed steps you dare to take. Imagine if each day you made one small move, a simple yet meaningful decision. That's how you plant the seeds of confidence within yourself. Each action isn't just about completing a task. It's a powerful affirmation to yourself saying, I can do this. Here lies a secret few tell you. Confidence is not a destination, but a long journey. And on this journey, perseverance in the smallest steps is what helps you break through your own limits. You might never have realized that a tiny act, like daring to say hello, asking a question, or admitting you're wrong, can completely transform how you feel about yourself. But the truth is, these small acts build the foundation of a stronger, more confident you, day by day. And here's the key point. You won't always succeed on the first try. There will be times you stumble, fail, and feel like you can't go on. But it's precisely in those moments of apparent defeat that you are being shaped and taught how to rise stronger and walk steadier. Imagine who you could become if every failure fueled your determination rather than defeated your spirit. You would become someone who never lets negative thoughts or worries control their life again. Are you ready to start this journey? Look back at yourself and the opportunities you've missed simply because of a lack of belief. Now give yourself a new chance, a chance to dare, to try, to fail, and to succeed. Every small step you take today is the key unlocking the door to confidence, enabling you not just to live, but to shine and conquer every challenge life throws at you. If you think one small action can't change your entire life, remember that the biggest changes always start from the smallest things, and that is completely within your reach right now. Will you choose to move forward or to stop? Your answer will decide the whole journey of confidence that you truly deserve. Your environment is not just a place where you exist. It's an invisible source of energy that deeply influences every thought, emotion, and action you take each day. Have you ever noticed that when you're around people who are anxious, pessimistic, or negative, your mood gradually shifts in the same direction? This is no coincidence. It's a real, powerful force, the social influence on the human mind that you can't afford to ignore. Imagine yourself as a clear, pure glass of water. When you're constantly poured into with cloudy drops of fear, doubt, and worry from others, you become murky, losing sight of who you truly are in that water. On the other hand, if you choose to stand beside people who radiate positivity, passion, and strong faith, you are replenished with a fresh, pure stream that refreshes your soul and helps you see the path ahead clearly. This choice isn't always easy. You have to learn to distinguish who truly wants to help you move forward and who is unintentionally dragging you down into the depths of negative thoughts. But when you find the courage to step out of your comfort zone and away from negative influences, you'll realize you are building a healthy environment that nurtures resilience, strength, and a heart full of hope. What's even more wonderful is that when you receive this positive energy, you're not only protecting yourself from harmful thoughts, but also becoming a small light, a source of warmth, understanding, and love for those around you. You become an inspiration, awakening faith and strength in those who feel lost or weak. This circle keeps expanding, spreading like a powerful wave that connects and uplifts everyone to grow and overcome challenges together. Did you know that just one small decision, choosing who you will be with and who you let influence you, can completely change your life? This is not just a simple step, but a silent revolution in your mind, a vital transformation that leads you toward a fuller, more peaceful, and joyful life. Are you ready to let go of the negative influences that are pulling you down? Are you ready to seek out those who truly understand, listen, and are willing to walk with you on your journey of self-development? Remember, you are never alone in this journey. When you learn to filter and build a positive environment for yourself, you open the door to new opportunities, unimaginable heights, and a life brighter than ever before. Start today because you deserve to live in the light, love, and limitless strength. Overthinking, that relentless storm swirling inside your mind, often has its roots tangled deep in the painful weight of self-blame. We replay past mistakes like a broken record, endlessly tormenting ourselves over what we could have done differently, what we failed to say, or which decisions led us astray. This cycle of regret and self-criticism doesn't just drain your energy, it traps you in a prison of your own making, where peace feels distant and hope flickers faintly. But what if the key to breaking free lies in the simple yet profound act of forgiving yourself? Forgiving yourself is not about ignoring your faults or pretending the pain never existed. It's a courageous, honest acceptance that you are human, imperfect, learning, growing. It means acknowledging your mistakes without letting them define your worth or determine your future. Imagine carrying an invisible weight, a heavy burden of guilt and regret pressing down on your shoulders every day. Forgiveness is the decision to set that weight down, to release the shackles that bind your mind and heart. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of yesterday so you can live fully and freely today. This journey is far from easy. It requires patience, compassion, and sometimes tears. You must look deep within, face your regrets with kindness, and choose to nurture hope instead of despair. Every time you forgive yourself, you create space for healing. A healing that refreshes your spirit and clears the fog of negative thoughts. Slowly, you begin to see your past not as a series of failures, but as a classroom filled with lessons that shaped your resilience and wisdom. Forgiveness opens the door to a life where you no longer carry the heavy burden of what ifs and if onlys. It allows you to reclaim your power, rebuild your confidence, and embrace the present moment with gratitude and courage. When your mind is freed from the prison of past mistakes, you can finally breathe deeply, dream boldly, and move forward with purpose. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to truly forgive yourself today? To let go of the harsh judgments and self-punishment? To embrace your humanity with compassion and grace? This is not just a wishful thought. It is a vital step toward peace, happiness, and a meaningful life. The power to forgive lies within you, waiting patiently to transform your pain into strength, your regret into growth. Start this journey now because you deserve the freedom that forgiveness brings and the chance to live your life unburdened and fully alive. Letting go of perfection is not just a choice in life, but a profound breakthrough that frees your soul from the invisible chains you have created yourself. Imagine perfectionism as an invisible iron cage where you are constantly trapped by the fear of not being good enough, not perfect enough, not right enough. Every time you set excessively high standards, you push yourself into an endless race against yourself, where failure becomes the scariest enemy and every mistake is a tragedy to avoid. This desire for perfection makes you hesitate to start, procrastinate the first steps, and even lose confidence in your own abilities. But do you realize that this perfectionism is actually holding you back, trapping you in a whirlwind of overthinking, anxiety, and insecurity? When you try to control every little detail, you unintentionally stifle your creativity and adaptability. You turn the journey to achieving goals into a heavy burden, where pressure and disappointment weigh down every step. In reality, no one in this world is perfect, and it is our imperfections that make each person valuable. Perfection is an illusion, the greatest enemy of progress and growth. So instead of chasing that unrealistic perfection, learn to accept and love yourself with all your flaws, mistakes, and limitations. Start with small but certain steps, because every little progress is a victory, a proof of your persistence and courage. When you know how to let go of perfectionism, you will feel lightness in your soul, freedom in your thoughts and actions. You will no longer fear failure or judgment because you understand that every mistake is a valuable lesson, an opportunity to grow and improve. Success is not the final destination, but a relentless, persistent journey. It is built from consistent efforts, from never giving up no matter how many times you fall. Every day, every moment you keep moving forward, you are laying the foundation for a brighter future, writing your own success story with the most sincere and simple strokes. Therefore, don't let perfectionism become a barrier that stops you from reaching greatness. Release your grip on perfection. Open your heart to imperfection and bravely move forward on the path of continuous progress. You will realize that this imperfection is actually a hidden strength, a flame that lights your way to true success and happiness. Have you ever realized that the questions you ask yourself might be the very cause that traps you in a whirlwind of anxiety and overthinking? When you ask yourself, what if everything goes wrong? What if I fail? Or what if I'm not good enough? These questions are not just mere doubts. They act as invisible barriers holding you captive in fear, paralyzing your mind and preventing you from moving forward. These what-ifs are like double-edged swords. On one hand, they warn you, but on the other, they pull you deeper into uncertainty, doubt, and hesitation. When we endlessly dwell on negative possibilities, we build an invisible cage, imprisoning ourselves, and creativity, courage, and determination gradually fade away. But the magic lies in this. You can completely change the way you ask these questions. And with this small shift, you will open a whole new world for yourself. Try changing "what if" to "even if." This new question doesn't deny the possibility that things might go wrong, but focuses on acceptance and your inner strength. When you ask, even if something goes wrong, can I overcome it? You are no longer a victim to fear, but become the one in control. Keep holding firm belief in yourself, even in the toughest circumstances. This difference might sound small, but carries tremendous power. The question, even if, acts as a door that frees you from the trap of anxiety and procrastination. It helps you realize that failure and mistakes are not the end, but essential parts of growth and success. You are no longer passive or scared. You actively face and find ways to overcome challenges. From this question, you begin to build courage and resilience to move forward despite obstacles ahead. Did you know that many of the most successful people in the world are not those who never failed, but those who know how to stand up and keep moving forward, no matter how many times they stumble? The secret is they transformed what if into even if, turning each failure into a valuable lesson that makes them stronger day by day. When you change your questions, you change not only your thinking, but also your emotions and actions. This creates a positive spiral. The more you dare to act, the more confident you feel, the more you grow, and the less you fall into the trap of negative thoughts. So, are you ready? Ready to let go of the what if questions that exhaust and drain you and start asking yourself the powerful even if questions? Remember, true strength isn't about avoiding every risk, but the ability to face and overcome them with resilience and confidence. When you learn to change your questions, you hold the key to unlocking the door to mental freedom, where you can live fully with confidence and peace, no matter what happens. Let the question, even if, be your mantra on the journey to conquer your dreams and break through every limit you once thought impossible. Because life waits for no one, and every moment you hesitate is a missed opportunity to move closer to the success and happiness you truly deserve. In modern life, we often take pride in our ability to multitask, believing it is the only way to survive and thrive in a competitive and high-pressure environment. However, this habit of doing many things at once is actually what overloads your mind, leading to uncontrollable overthinking, stress, fatigue, and loss of balance in life. When the brain is bombarded with too many tasks, it easily falls into chaos, loses focus, and you begin to feel trapped in an endless cycle of thoughts. So how can you break free from this state? The key lies in learning to do one thing at a time, focusing fully on each task instead of juggling everything simultaneously. This action not only helps relieve pressure and restore clarity, but also paves the way for a calmer and happier life. The ability to multitask is not a sign of productivity or success. Rather, it diminishes the depth of your work and lowers the quality of your results. Every time you try to do 2 or more things at once, your brain goes through a process called context switching, which consumes a lot of energy and drastically reduces work efficiency. When you divide your attention among many tasks, no task receives full focus, you work carelessly, make more mistakes, and above all, your mind gets distracted and stressed to the maximum. This is the root cause that easily drags you into the whirlpool of overthinking, where small worries get magnified many times, making it hard for you to escape the endless loop of thoughts. Therefore, doing one thing at a time is the most effective solution to free yourself from mental exhaustion. When you dedicate all your attention to a single task, your brain can work more efficiently, process information deeply and carefully, helping you complete your work with higher quality while keeping your mind calm and undisturbed. Imagine reading a good book. If you are constantly interrupted by thoughts or other tasks, you cannot fully absorb each word or emotion the author wants to convey. Similarly, when you do each task thoroughly, you create a deep connection between yourself and your work. Each small step completed gradually builds great success and helps you reduce unnecessary anxiety and overthinking about things that haven't happened yet. Switching from multitasking to doing one thing at a time is not easy in an era where distractions are everywhere. Smartphones with constant notifications, emails, social media, and a flood of calls and messages keep your brain on alert mode, making it difficult to find quiet moments to focus fully. Therefore, to achieve this, you need to build a working and living environment that supports maximum focus. The first thing you should do is prioritize the most important tasks of the day and focus on completing them one by one in order of priority. Avoid trying to take on too many tasks at once, as that only increases pressure and decreases efficiency. Next, create a distraction-free workspace. Turn off phone notifications, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and even set fixed times in the day to concentrate entirely on a single task. A very effective tool to help maintain focus is the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 uninterrupted minutes, then take a 5-minute break to relax. This technique helps your brain work in rhythm, allowing maximum concentration while also having time to recover so you don't become overloaded. Additionally, practicing mindfulness is crucial for training your ability to recognize when your mind starts to wander or get pulled into unnecessary thoughts. When you become aware of this, you can gently bring your attention back to the task at hand, which helps you develop mental control and gradually reduce the habit of overthinking. More importantly, learn to reward yourself every time you complete a task, no matter how small. The satisfaction and joy of seeing a task fully completed will motivate you to keep going. Every small success is a building block for confidence and also the most effective remedy for stress and anxiety. When you know how to do one thing at a time, you give your brain the chance to rest properly, to think clearly and wisely, and most importantly, to have a peaceful soul. A great lesson you can draw from this is that life is not a race to complete as many things as possible in a short time, but a journey to experience each moment fully and meaningfully. True happiness doesn't come from how busy you are or how many tasks you complete, but from the peace in your mind when you control your thoughts, slow down, and enjoy the present. When you free your mind from busyness and chaos, you will realize that clarity, focus, and the small joys in every daily action are the keys to unlocking lasting happiness. In conclusion, remember that stopping overthinking is not easy or instant, but by doing one thing at a time, you are gradually creating a habit powerful enough to transform your whole life. Start today by choosing the most important task, dedicating all your passion and focus to it, and feel the difference you can make. If you find this article helpful, don't forget to like to support, share to spread the message to your loved ones and friends who need a solution for mental overload, and subscribe to receive more inspiring content that helps you live peacefully, happily, and successfully every day. A beautiful life awaits when you learn to do one thing at a time, calmly and intentionally.